Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Limbus Company reaction. Today, we, of course, have the brand new Intervallo V-2 boss battle themes. We have both themes 1 and 2, of course. They're both about 3.5 minutes long, give or take, and I'm going to listen to both of them back to back, but I am going to be doing the whole, listen to the first theme, then I'll be talking about it, then listening to the second one, and then talking about it. I'm not going to stitch these together into one song because it would go so long, I would probably forget the first half. So I'm just going to separate them that way, and I guess without further ado, let's go. Whoa. Whoa. All right. Got some energy rolling with this one. Kind of rare in my memory that this starts so immensely. Usually it starts a little bit more like this where it builds into something, but they jumped right in today. Ooh! Filthy break too. I'm loving those delays. Okay. Oh. Wait a minute. Okay. This is not a blend I expected to hear today. And definitely not out of this game. Woo! I didn't even know you could play a Guzheng that fast. Or is that a shamisen? Could have been a Kodo even. It's kind of hard to hear exactly the characteristics in this mix, but... yeah, they're kind of putting some effects on it. Ooh. 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 My God. There's so many drops. There's so many drops. Good Lord. This is only phase 1? What, does it get more energetic from here? Ain't no way. God, all right. So based on pretty much exclusively the speed, I'm going to assume that that's a Guzheng or a Kodo rather than like a shamisen. I feel like the speed of a shamisen player to be able to go that fast would have to be like affected in post. There's no way. It could also be just like a sample library and utilizing that, but it also feels a little bit more like a Guzheng as well. It just feels like it has more of that resonance to it. It's a little thinner, but it has more of that dynamic range in the notes too, so I'm assuming that. It is really hard to tell. Usually it's not quite that difficult to tell, but with all the other stuff going on and what I'm pretty sure is like multiple effects added to it as well, it's just a little bit harder to pinpoint for me because it's just something I haven't heard in a hot minute, and man, they really threw that in there in that like second quarter of the song. That was really where it started to kick in, and the energy was just insane. This felt like a flood of people. Like, this felt like war, but also like not the traditional kind. There's something about the energy of this song that felt a little bit more bullet hell than like a standard like wave of war. This sounded like World War Z zombies in Japan or China. You know, like when I say waves, I mean waves. I'm expecting to see a flood of people running at me and me knowing that I'm fucked. Like that's the energy I was getting from this. And the reason that I feel that is purely through the relentless energy that this had. And that's why I'm so shocked that this is the first phase. Like we have another one after this. This is the start of it. It started already so highly energetic. It did kind of back off a little bit, but then it brought it back in tenfold by the end. And I'm like, yo, where are we going? These like delayed hits in there too, like the stuff that kind of made that tension last just a little bit longer. It felt like a reload, like here's wave 2, here's wave 3. Oh, you thought you were done? Never mind. Wave 4. And you just like, it's relentless. It's really what this song is. It's definitely relentless. It's a wall of sound. And I feel like it's embodying that in the tone. It's kind of interesting to hear the more traditional instruments blended into this sound, because I'm used to hearing this wall of sound effect with like metal, but not so much this like electronic traditional Asian blend going on here. And that is really cool because it's like a different perspective, but also kind of reaching the same conclusion. And that conclusion is me getting trampled and not being able to fight back because there's no way. I know that the song's names in this part are Nocturnal Sweeping and The City's Sweepers. And yeah, I don't know what the hell the sweepers are, but that feels like it fits. Like the term sweeping feels like exactly what I would be looking at. Like a gigantic wall of bodies that is effectively nature's broom ready to take me out. So if that's kind of what they're getting at with the title there, that would totally make sense. But I only really have that context because it's in the description of Lunatic's upload here. So like there's the spoiler for me. If that gave me the context I needed to be able to put this together, now I have it. So like that's a very obvious name if that's what they're going for. Calling something sweepers and having them be basically a flood of enemies or something is a little on the nose, but you know what? I respect it. But anyway, let's get to theme 2 now and see how this song apparently gets even bigger or better. Maybe it's like just another version of like this fight, potentially. It's not necessarily phase 1 and phase 2. They're like two separate themes, so I can't tell if this next one will be an evolution or like a replacement. But I guess I won't know if I don't shut up and listen. So without further ado, let's go. Okay. We are already starting again, right at the top. But this is even more energy. This does feel more like it's coming off the tail of the last one. A little bit more intensity. Feels like it's taking itself a little bit more seriously. For now. That could change, but I am further unsettled compared to the last one. Still got those sick, absolutely sick breaks in there. Couldn't have timed that better. Oh. Yeah, we got the same like plucking string in there. Again, probably a guzheng, but yeah, this is a very interesting approach considering what we just listened to. Key change. Okay. It's kind of interesting that it's like sprinkling in little aspects of that first version. I wouldn't call it a motif, but maybe it's almost like this is a remix in a way. See, this last section feels like the anime protagonist just showed up, and he's taking it very seriously. That was almost the Pac-Man buildup. Are you, like, what? It was close. It wasn't the Pac-Man buildup, but it had a very similar approach musically. That was kind of funny. So if the last one was like starting strong and ending strong, this is like, oh shit. This kind of gives me the same energy that people have been talking about the warning songs in Limbus, and I think Library of Ruin as well, where it's like, okay, these warnings, they exist. Phase 1, oh, you can return from this. Phase 2, you better stop what's happening or you're not getting, oh, it's Phase 3, you're dead, you're done. This feels like Phase 3. This feels like Phase 3 of the warnings, where it's just like, you're done, you're not coming back from this, game over, start from scratch, you can't help yourself. This hits that scale of that first song, cranks it to 11, breaks it off, writes the number 13, scratches that out, puts the number 20 there, circles it, and then puts the dial back on. That's a weird analogy, but I am assuming you're understanding what I'm getting at there. That's the scale we're talking about. It completely breaks said scale. This song takes everything of that original one and just cranks all the energy of it so high. Like, you kind of do hear these little aspects of the original, having that Guzheng sample in there and just like playing around with that, having that just kind of feathered in there, just little sprinkles of information from the first version, but it gets drowned out by everything else. And that further pushes my opinion that this is probably a wave-based system of the fight here, where like there is so much, it has become increasingly overwhelming throughout all of this event that you're just like, nope, I'm done. I can't survive this. There is no helping you. You have no health potions left. You are done. You should have handled this way earlier. Good fucking luck, and you're not gonna get any help. And especially that like little build at the end that I was kind of joking about it being like Pac-Man-ish, because it kind of is, but that exact same climbing motif is kind of the same idea. Like, you're cranking up the intensity right there, because at least in Pac-Man's context, that whole like intro sound is kind of made to gear you up to what you're about to deal with as the player. And for this, it's like gearing you up, but like right at the end. So you're already at the top. So it's pulling you even further above and beyond that. Like, you were already dealing with so much, and now it's like, hey, let's crank this even farther to the point of basically throwing you into an anxiety hole that you will never be able to get out of. And exactly what gave me that feeling that this is kind of similar to the waves of the warnings 1 through 3, because it's like, yeah, that's about right. That's about what people have said in the comments, how that feels, where it's just like, yep, you're done. And that right there, that final crank was like, you're done. You're not making it out of this. You are on 2 health with nobody coming to help you. So like, that's pretty much all this song feels like to me. Just a wave of destruction that you will never be able to get out of. And it does that excessively well. But I've been yapping for this long. I think I'll call it here. Thank you all so very much for watching. If you have any other songs from Limbus Company that you want me to get to, as always, leave them in the comments below and I will do my best to get to them. And of course, if you just like this video and you want to follow me and support me for more stuff in the future, you know how to do all that, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye!